When your paychecks change from month to month, a normal budget can feel like a promise you cannot keep. A strong week may make everything look manageable, while a slow week leaves rent, groceries, and credit card bills competing for the same dollars. That does not mean you are bad with money. It means your plan needs to match your income. A practical zero-based budget can bend with uneven pay instead of breaking under it. Zero-based budgeting means you assign every dollar of expected income a job before the month begins. Some dollar cover housing, utilities, food, transportation, and minimum debt payments. Others support savings, extra debt payoff, or flexible spending. The goal is not to spend every dollar. The goal is to give every dollar a clear purpose, including a dollar assigned to an income buffer or future bill. The safest way to build this budget is to start with your lowest expected paycheck, not your biggest recent check. If you work freelance, earn tips, or receive changing hours, your highest month can be encouraging but unreliable. A plan based on it may quietly turn temporary good fortune into permanent commitments. A lower starting point creates room for reality. When more income arrives, you can direct the difference instead of automatically spending it. Begin with your records. Review recent paychecks, invoices, tips, deposits, and work schedules. Look for a conservative estimate of what your income may be, while recognizing that no estimate is perfect. Separate money already received from money you expect later. If freelance income arrives irregularly, do not treat an unpaid invoice as spendable cash until it actually reaches your account. Your budget should be built around available money, not hopeful timing. Next, write down the bills that must be paid to keep your household safe and functioning. Include housing, basic utilities, groceries, transportation to work, insurance, medication, and required minimum debt payments. Add obligations that arrive less often, such as annual fees, repairs, or registration. Divide those future costs into manageable monthly amounts when possible. This turns an unexpected bill into a known responsibility, even when your pay changes. Then place flexible expenses beneath those essentials. This may include dining out, entertainment, clothing, subscriptions, gifts, and optional spending. These categories are not moral tests, and they do not need to disappear. They simply come after the needs that protect your housing, health, transportation, and income. If a low-income month arrives, flexible categories can shrink without forcing you to rebuild the entire budget from scratch. Your first assignment is to cover the essentials with the lowest expected paycheck. If that paycheck does not cover them, the problem is useful information, not a personal failure. You may need to adjust bill due dates, reduce a flexible cost, contact a provider before missing a payment, or plan for income from another work period. Financial experts often emphasize early communication because options are usually wider before a bill becomes overdue. What happens when a stronger paycheck arrives? Give that extra income in order before it enters your daily spending. A practical sequence is to protect future bills, build an income buffer, and then direct additional money toward a chosen goal. Your buffer is cash reserved for a weak pay period or a necessary expense. It is different from spending money because its purpose is to keep your plan stable when income falls. The buffer can begin small. You might assign extra income to it until a slower month would feel less alarming. There is no universal amount that makes it complete. A useful test is whether it can cover the gap between your lowest expected income and your essential obligations, or whether it can handle a known upcoming bill. As your work pattern changes, review that target rather than treating it as permanent. You can run this system with one checking account. Keep a running list of bills, spending categories, and assigned amounts, then check the balance before each purchase. This can work well if you are comfortable tracking closely. The risk is that a healthy balance may look available even when part of it is reserved for rent or a future obligation. Every dollar still has a job, even when it sits in one place. A simple two-account plan can make those jobs easier to see. Use one account for bills and scheduled obligations, and another for daily spending such as groceries, fuel, and personal expenses. When income arrives, fund the bills account first, according to your zero-based plan. Move only the amount assigned to daily spending. This separation can reduce accidental overspending because the daily balance reflects what is actually available for flexible needs. The two-account plan is not a requirement, and it does not need a complicated system. You can use separate checking accounts or another basic arrangement that keeps bill money distinct from spending money. Avoid creating fees or account requirements you cannot comfortably manage. The best method is the one you can review consistently. Simplicity is a financial advantage when your income already requires extra attention. Now consider debt. Make every required minimum payment part of the essential plan, even in a lean month. After that, choose one extra payment method. The debt snowball focuses additional money on the smallest balance first, which can create an encouraging early win. The debt avalanche focuses on the highest APR, or annual percentage rate, meaning the yearly cost charged for borrowing. Either proven strategy can work. Consistency matters. When income is uneven, do not promise a fixed extra debt payment that only a strong month can support. Instead, create a rule for surplus money. After future bills and your buffer receive their assignments, a chosen share can go to the target debt. In a difficult month, the extra payment may be zero, while minimums continue. That is not abandoning progress. It is preventing debt payoff from causing a new shortfall. A low-income month may still arrive below your plan. Pause and protect the essentials. Review subscriptions and optional purchases, delay non-urgent spending, and ask whether a bill can be moved or divided. If you cannot meet an obligation, contact the company or lender promptly and ask about available arrangements. Do not wait for embarrassment to make the decision for you. Clear information gives you more control than silence. A strong month creates a different challenge: spending the money too early. Before upgrading your routine, let the budget absorb the income. Fund future bills, refill the income buffer, and handle planned priorities. Then decide what remains for flexible spending. This keeps one unusually good month from creating recurring costs that your ordinary paychecks cannot support. More income should first create stability, not pressure. You may also create a holding category for income that has not been assigned to this month. That money can support a later low-income period, a predictable annual expense, or a planned family goal. In zero-based budgeting, unassigned does not have to mean unplanned. Give it a temporary job and a review date. Otherwise, extra cash can disappear through small purchases before it serves the larger purpose you intended. Households need shared clarity, especially when pay comes from more than one person or work source. Agree on which expenses are essential, when bills are funded, and how extra income will be divided. A short weekly check can be enough. Review what arrived, what was paid, and what changed. The purpose is coordination, not blame. When everyone understands the plan, uneven income becomes a shared planning issue rather than a private worry. This approach can also support major goals. Once essentials are covered and the buffer is becoming dependable, assign money toward a move, education, family event, vehicle repair, or retirement. If your workplace offers a 401k, learn whether contributing enough to receive any available employer match fits your situation. An IRA is another retirement account category to research. Broad, diversified index funds are a basic investing option, but consider fees, time horizon, and personal circumstances. Keep investing decisions separate from the basic job of making this month work. You do not need to choose between every long-term goal at once. Stabilize cash flow, manage high-cost debt, and build a useful reserve before increasing commitments. Compound interest means that money can grow on both your original contributions and earlier growth over time, but growth is not guaranteed. General information is not individual financial advice. Review the budget whenever your work pattern changes. A new contract, seasonal schedule, household bill, or change in transportation can alter the lowest paycheck you should use. Compare expected income with essential costs, then revise assignments before the next pay period. Your budget is a living plan, not a verdict on your past choices. Its strength comes from being updated while circumstances are changing. The deeper benefit is not perfect prediction. It is knowing what to do with each kind of month. When pay is low, you protect necessities and avoid panic. When pay is strong, you build options instead of obligations. When an expense surprises you, the buffer gives you a place to start. That clarity can reduce the emotional strain of checking your account because every balance has meaning. You are not trying to force irregular income into a rigid pattern. You are building a flexible structure around what matters most. Start with the lowest expected paycheck. Assign every dollar, separate bills from daily spending if helpful, and give surplus income a deliberate order. Then repeat the review. Small, steady decisions can turn changing paychecks into a manageable system, helping your budget bend without breaking.